Baby, there's nothing holding me back. Dun, 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 da, pa, pa, da, pa, da, pa, pa. Hello, everyone. Guten Tag, bonjour, dobry den. This is me, Zeno77, as usually. As I now promised, Tuesday to Thursdays will now be Tuesday to Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays will now be stream days. Guys, I'm super excited to see you all here. Let me just wait a second. Clean my desk a bit. Yeah, having a very, I don't know about you. I'm having a great day today. Well, let me rename the stream. I always forget to do it, and then I end up screwing this part up. Brad Cooper stream. Yup, the Brad Cooper stream is what we're going to be checking out today. But before we start, I'm just going to notify you while I'm editing the title name that my new, so to say, song, because it's hard to call it a song and then actually write the music. I only wrote the lyrics. So let's call it parody, so to say, is up now on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched it, or on Rumble, if you're also sitting on that platform. So yeah, you can go check out on one platform or on the other platform. It really depends on you. Wait, I have to set up my camera correctly. It really depends on you. Yeah, okay. Now I think now I look well. Ooh, yep. But today we are going to be having this stream. Now, as you remember, next week we're going to probably have 3 streams. Definitely, the one that you should be expecting is February 11th, or although for some of you who are, for example, in Central Europe, it is going to be already February 12th. We're going to have the Super Bowl stream, right? Ah, what can I say? We're already 3 minutes in. And usually, these reactions on Brad Cooper, they didn't get that much views during the stream itself, but really as a replay. Yes, today, as you can see, we are going to be watching Brad Cooper, the only person so far who has given me 1,000 views on a YouTube video. So obviously, every single time, this is actually an interesting thing. Every single time when I doubt whether I should organize a stream specifically dedicated to her, I upload the reaction, like I upload the final reaction that I had with her, and it goes viral. Like it goes over a couple hundred views on my YouTube channel, which is a lot for even for a reaction. It's a lot. And one of the last ones, I think it was actually the last one that I uploaded. I don't even, to be fair, remember which exactly it was. Let me quickly check. Yeah, I was. You could see I was super preparing for this stream. Now, to be fair, in the morning I kind of forgot that I had to do it today. Luckily, I remembered, so it's fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. About taking a girl out. This video is already sitting on 1,400 views, and that is a lot, especially for a channel with only 42 subscribers. Yes. By the way, I'm going to actually cover her. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know that you have to subscribe to this channel because we're aiming for 50 subscribers. We're taking small milestones. No, not milestones. Milestones. I don't know why I always said milestones, but we're taking small milestones and we need to get to 50 subscribers. So if you're enjoying this content, I'm really asking you to subscribe to the channel because let's be fair. I provide you value, you provide me value in return. You show me that I provide you value. Now, if you don't like what I'm doing, this is also very important. Please feel free to dislike this video. Unlike a lot of current YouTubers, bloggers, so to say, I genuinely admire whenever someone dislikes me. And I can tell you why. Because someone has taken action. So if someone has taken action, that means that I can already reflect on something that I did. Because probably if they dislike the video, well, then I did something wrong. Now I can figure it out. But you know what will make it easier to figure it out? If you go to the comment section and write down why exactly. So now that I can see we're already climbing up to 3 viewers, we can start our Brad Cooper stream today. So as planned today, we're going to be watching her videos. How many of them? It's also an interesting question. Now, originally, I planned to finish in an hour, the stream in an hour. And I had to pick 2 videos specifically to watch. We're going to be watching about smoking. This is going to be the first one because it was like 4 months ago. And then we're going to be watching a video, about girl bosses who are waking up because it's the most popular video she had recently. Now, if we do have time in some magical realm, because I never have time for more than 2 videos, we might jump into the third one watching about this TikTok trend that is destroying dating. If not, if we don't have time, and this might happen because these stuff do happen sometimes, everything's fine. We're simply going to go and watch it in the next Brad Cooper stream because her streams are probably going to continue as I see how many views she collects me. In any case, let me start the stream, and I will start. I also have to film the YouTube intro, so to say. So let's go on. Now, I think you can hear me. Yeah, I think you can hear me. Why is smoking... Okay, I will have to redo it because I've been covering it. Why is smoking back in style? Another video by Brad Cooper on her YouTube channel. The comment section was Brad Cooper, which although it was uploaded 4 months ago, but on this channel, we don't care. Why? Because I wanted to watch a YouTube video. I saved it to watch later. I'm now finally watching. And I hope you will be enjoying this reaction. Without further more comments, because I will give them a lot, and I've been recently criticized for it. I was asked to reduce them a bit, or at least make them in proper time. Let's just start the video, and then we'll add up to it. I think we're good. Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back to the comments section. I'm Brett Cooper.
Hi,
So
Brett.
recently, I've been trying to defend Gen Z. I think you guys know I've made quite a few videos showing some more positive sides of my generation, things that we do.
Okay, I have to interrupt this. If you think about it, she's also Gen Z. And there's so many, like, why did I stop right now? Because every generation is literally the same. It's just the times that change and the tools that we operate with. Nowadays, when they have social media, we operate on their stupidity over there, and that, oh, okay, your generation is doomed. Well, no, it's not doomed. They have representatives like Brad Cooper. They have representatives like me, obviously. Well, okay, I'm not that famous yet, but I'll be there soon. And I hope somebody will be saying some similar stuff
That I find very, very positive and hopeful. But today is not one of those days because my generation has decided to make cigarettes trendy again.
You what?
Now, it seems like my entire generation should know how bad they are for you. Like, we all grew up learning about how terrible they are for our bodies, and one would think that how we were raised would stick. But if there is...
So eventually what we did, we invented ways that we could smoke, but claiming that it's not cigarettes, so it's fine.
anything that I've learned from social media, it's that nothing is original. Every trend is pulled from the past. I mean, just look at fashion these days, and it seems like cigarettes.
It's gonna be the same I'm telling you, in 20 years, people are going to be like the next generation. I don't know, we have Alpha, maybe it's gonna be Generation Beta. Generation Beta sounds so cool. And they're gonna be wearing like the same stuff that probably Pitbull sang in the 2010s, and they'll be hitting like, yeah, old style is coming back, etc. The 2040 kids, yo. God, 2040 is like in 16 years. I'm older than 16. Ugh. Time flies.
Are now coming back into style, which I'm sorry, I personally hate it. Before we get into it though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode.
Obviously, I have to remind you to do the same as well if you're watching Xeno77 right now, because we're heading on the path of 50 subscribers, and is the next milestone. So let's go get it.
For as long as I've been alive, the propaganda surrounding smoking and cigarettes had been long exposed. Like, we know about those old ads saying, like, doctors recommend this brand and, you know, this brand's great for women's health. Like, we know that all of those ads were bought and paid for by the tobacco industry. Very similar to what we now know about alcohol and about how those studies that said, oh, you know, just a glass of wine is really good for your brain, that was bogus, that was paid for by the alcohol industry. Now, my generation has grown up knowing about these harmful consequences of smoking, and research would reflect that cigarette sales have gone down tremendously over the past few decades. And here's a graph for us visual folks.
Figures are the percentage who said they smoked cigarettes in the past week. Again, so this is 18, 29-year-olds. Oh, and it decreased. Wait, it decreased, right? Well, that's a good sign.
So you can see straight on down. And this is obviously a great healthy trend to see. And with all the resources and stories that we have now, I am sure that everybody has either learned why they're terrible in school or from doctors or just from, you know, existing in 2023, or has experienced it firsthand with somebody that they know dealing with, you know, addiction, throat cancer, lung cancer, you name it. But in 2020, this trend of decreasing sales finally broke.
Somehow smoking returned.
Cigarettes are having a renaissance, and
before she claims anything, I need to put in my 5 cents. You all remember what happened in 2020. Now, I don't know if she's going to appeal towards this theory, but imagine, just imagine, I'm not trying to get in jail or stuff like this, but just imagine that COVID was actually a psyop to increase cigarette sales, right? Because what are people going to do, right? They're closed in lockdown. They have probably nothing to do, or even if they have stuff to do, they are done by like 10 hours and they need to spend 14 more somewhere. Okay, you can sleep for 8. But then what to do? And that's when they remember, we still had cigarettes. Let me, you know, just chill for a while. Go on the balcony, try 1 or 2. I mean, again, I don't know what she's going to say. Let's listen to her theory.
Gen Z is driving it. And I blame celebrities because there are so many younger celebrities, younger influencers that are out in public smoking cigarettes in front of paparazzi, posting them on their Instagram story, kind of like a cool aesthetic thing, which has just got to be an
I swear, I've literally never seen these photos. Like, never. I would think the opposite. You know, they would carry some kind of vapes. The only real celebrity that I remember recently was Mike McDaniels, the Miami Dolphins coach, because he was caught in vaping during an NFL playoffs game. Like, this was last season, I think. This is really everyone. I'm trying to really come up with someone, and I can't. So, yeah, this is actually a shocker for me.
awful influence on all the younger people looking up to them because obviously these celebrities are idolized. For example, here's a picture of Dua Lipa back in June. She posted this on her Instagram. Like, there's a comment on there and it's like, all the anti-smoke comments, you're so sexy when you smoke. Obviously, people are hyping her up, showing that it is, you know, I guess, cool. And then Jenna Ortega, the young actress who is the title role in the Netflix show Wednesday, she caused a whole stir online that was also in June of this year when these paparazzi
Stell dir vor, es würde einen Weg geben, wo du nie wieder arbeiten müsstest. Du
Photos went viral. This is her having coffee with a friend of hers, smoking, lighting up her cigarette, all of that. Her mother.
I've literally, I mean, I know that I'm not all this big celebrity followers, etc. And most of the celebrities I follow are actually athletes. So, athletes and smoking, like different paths. But I swear I've never seen or even heard something similar. Really, like this is an opener for me. I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying this. Like I'm actually finding out something new.
Who is on Instagram very publicly. A lot of people follow her. She's not some influencer, but people found her account because of being associated with Jenna. She is a nurse. She even took to Instagram the next day to make some not so subtle comments about her daughter's new very public habit, like posting this meme saying, "Don't believe those lies about cigarettes being bad for you. I've been smoking them for most of my 21 years and I feel great."
That feeling when your mom roasts you on social media, I can feel it.
Then right after, she posted a story about lung cancer and a few other ones. Obviously, she is a nurse. She has a right to talk about that. I also feel like she and my mother would really get along, although my mother would not post that on social media. She would just find some way to haul my 21-year-old adult butt back to Idaho and ground me if I was caught
I was just going to say that she would just get a belt.
dead smoking a cigarette in public. Jenna Ortega and Dua Lipa are not the only ones smoking, far from it, and news outlets are catching on to this trend. I mean, here's an article from just last week. Young celebrities like Timothée Chalamet are smoking cigarettes. Here's why it matters, say public health experts.
I mean, it does matter because, to be fair, the hype after he had with Wonka, and I'm telling you, I never liked Timothée Chalamet. If you find maybe some old comments, but bro nailed the movie Wonka. It's really one of the best movies I've seen in the last years. And the thing is that his name got hyped up super. No, it's a bad formulation. It got hyped up a lot. His popularity increased. So obviously, especially young people are going to be following him. Now, that's not a good sign, Timothée. I only started to like you, and now all of a sudden I find out this stuff about you. Come on, fix it. You don't need to smoke. Come on, with all this fame. Why?
I also feel like it's just a very European thing. Timothée Chalamet, I think he's half French. Lily Rose Depp is also smoking a lot. I think her mom is French, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the article says, in fact, Florence Pugh and Anya Taylor-Joy, both 27, and Jenna Ortega and Lily Rose Depp, both 20, have all been photographed smoking cigarettes this year. Chalamet's rumored girlfriend, Jenner, was also caught holding what looked like to be a pack of cigarettes, and Dua Lipa, 28, has posted Instagram photos herself featuring cigarettes. One which garnered a comment, "The fact that you smoke occasionally is super sexy." And listen, I don't really like or trust most public health experts, especially after what we went through in 2020, but I agree with them on this one. And that last comment is super important.
How could you not then connect 2020? Come on, Brad. You're supposed to be getting views. Although, yeah, you're getting views. Who am I to talk about this to?
Important because all of this is for the aesthetic. And I think that is my biggest problem here. I get it, because we all love the photos of old Hollywood stars like Marilyn Monroe smoking her long, skinny cigarettes, and like the Cary Grants of the world with his like beautiful suits and his slicked back hair and he's smoking it. It's like, oh, it's like hot. If you love old Hollywood, I know you get it. Men in high-waisted pants. Not Harry Styles, but Cary Grant. Just saying. Like, I'm sure we all have photos of our grandfathers back when they were like 22 years old, smoking a cigarette, looking, fly as hell. If you haven't seen those photos, you should get them digitized.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be advertisement. But before she says something, I can tell you that one of the reasons that they looked good with a cigarette is because they looked good in general. A cigarette doesn't really change how you look. It might add up some style, but it's like a hat. If you look ugly, if your face is full of okay, let's not curse or say some bad words, but let's just say it looks bad. You haven't taken care of it. Your beard is unshaved, your teeth are very uneven. I don't know. You have these muffins under your eyes. Well, a hat really won't change how you look, right? Like nobody's going to instantly change your idea. I think I've recently saw a meme and I really liked it. It was about a girl that she kind of had this moment of realization that women really buy purses to impress women, because no man in history of mankind has ever went out there and said, "Oh man, I mean, this girl, she didn't look nice. She didn't look. I mean, something in the middle, maybe even lower. But bro, that purse that she took, that purse, like it added her so many beauty credits." No, no one has ever spoken like this, because this is an accessoire. It's something that adds up, but it doesn't something that this defines.
You've got some very cool photos of your grandfather smoking a cigarette, because you should not be doing that. And there's something very nostalgic about it, but that doesn't make it a good or healthy habit. And a lot of celebrities like this and influencers on TikTok and Instagram are trying to make this fashionable and a cute social thing that they do to meet people, or they only do when they're drinking, which is literally just them trying to convince themselves that it's not bad and they're not addicted and it's not a bad habit. Let's just check out a few of these videos.
I am not condoning smoking cigarettes. Don't do it. But I do think it's okay for me to sometimes smoke a ciggy, because if I go outside, I can always become friends with people on my block.
Who are you? Oh, you're not a celebrity. Because if you're not a celebrity, why is then she watching you if she was just talking about celebrities?
Like, if I'm not doing that, how else am I supposed to just look at people and do this? You know, the universal head nod?
Yeah, you just walk by. I do it every day when I'm at university. I just go, oh, hello, yeah.
I think I'm like best friends with like 3 people on my block now.
Listen, if you want to do a universal head nod, get a Jeep. That's all they do all day long. They wave the finger and they nod. If you want that so badly, there are other options, I'm telling you. Here's another one. Like, this guy doesn't even smoke. He wrote, "I don't even smoke, but I was thinking about how smoking is such a cute activity. Like, apart from the lung cancer, money spent, nicotine addiction, and all of that, the smoker community is so cute with their lighter sharing, cutting together, socializing through smoking. Nobody ever talks about that." Well, they're talking about it now because it's a trend.
And they literally talked about this always. It's just that usually when you put the two, you kind of see how you can change the one and you can try getting these results. Because what did he say? Yeah, let's go back. Sharing a lighter, cutting together, socializing through smoking. I swear to God, you go to a bar, or you okay, let's not promote alcohol. You go to a coffee shop with a group of people, and you can literally do the same with coffee. May I buy you a coffee? May I may I share a lighter? Cutting together, I genuinely don't understand this. Socializing through smoking. So where do you come from? So where do you come from? You can switch it, but people don't. So that's why people don't really want to risk that, especially when they look what comes with it: lung cancer, money spent, nicotine addiction. Yeah, I'll just stick with my coffee. But thanks for the offer.
Socializing through smoking.
Always be polite and thank people for the offer, but kindly reject it if you think it's going to hurt you.
Nobody ever talks about that. Well, they're talking about it now because it's a trend on TikTok, damn it. And no, it's not a cute or a fun way to get to know your neighbor. Like, there are other ways to be social and make friends. Just like I said with drinking, you do not need to rely on an objectively unhealthy substance as a crutch. You will be better off without them, I guarantee it. You do not need to just go outside to smoke.
Plus, why would you want to meet someone with bad habits? Like, let's just assume that what they just said is good. Yeah, they so badly want to meet people. Why do they start doing a bad habit, so they could meet other people with terrible habits? Like, imagine if someone started drinking alcohol, said I'm an alcoholic, and now he's doing this so he could go meet other people during alcohol rehab. Doesn't make any sense. Like, same was here. Like, if you want to meet new people, why not then having good habits that will help you meet people with good habits? Is it that hard? Like, there's so many book clubs, I don't know, gaming events, even, I mean, I don't know, how's it called? Volunteering events. Like, find a good habit. But no, I'm just gonna pull off a cigarette and say how cool it is.
A cigarette in order to make a friend. If you are struggling socially, I promise there are other ways to get over that. The worst part of this was not just the videos of people like deciding that this was cute or a trend. It was the comments hyping them up and agreeing. Like this person said, I love this. It's so cute and social. Somebody else said the lighter sharing is too cute. Another person said, honestly, 50% of why people keep smoking is because of that community feeling. Also, it is always a
Yes. And you know why I genuinely agree with this? Because you are one of the 5 peoples you spend most time with. So if you're going to spend your time with someone who is going to smoke, it's going to be super hard to reject. Like, I spend my time around people who smoke. Moreover, I could often be the only one who's not smoking in the group. And I never fell for that temptation because I was raised that way. But there are some people who are not raised that way. You know, their 5 people are not strict parents who, from the very beginning, explain to you why doing bad stuff isn't going to suddenly make good results. They weren't born into this. So their top 5, so to say, is someone who keeps influencing them more and more. So really, I do believe that 50% of people might actually consider quitting. But then they see one friend is smoking, second friend is smoking, and they think, well, why am I going to quit? Maybe tomorrow, like, yeah, like, why am I going to quit? And then they, like, it's an automatic process. So yeah, I agree with this comment. I genuinely agree with this comment. Also, it is always a great excuse to go outside for some fresh air. Well, screw you. If you need fresh air, just go and say it. Breathe air. Whoever knows this joke, comment down in the chat.
great excuse to go outside for some fresh air. I would not consider secondhand smoke fresh air. I understand the nostalgic aspect of it. I understand the aesthetic. And I do understand that people are desperate for community. Like there's this whole topic of conversation about third places. And I want to do a full episode about this, but psychologists have said that we are severely lacking third places. And your first place is your home. Your second place is either school or work. And we used to have third places where people would go to just, drink coffee together, read a book, be part of their community, be involved when they're not working. Like it's not going to a coffee shop and working remotely. It's going to a coffee shop to like sit and talk with people. We are severely lacking those third places as a society. So obviously people are finding that through other means, whether that's standing outside and smoking or just spending time online, because for a lot of people, for a lot of my generation, the third place is social media. It is TikTok. It is watching these YouTube videos. So obviously I understand that socially people are struggling, but again, you don't have to rely on an objectively bad, unhealthy habit. Somebody else said also at work, you get a better bond with others that smoke as you freeze outside. Another person said, do you have a lighter? Instant friendship.
Bist du auf der Suche nach Lösungen in diesen harten Zeiten? Dann vergiss Aktien, vergiss Immobilien, vergiss Krypto.
Begins. Somebody else said, met so many mates at uni through smoking. It's like an adult friendship. Stop. It's unreal. I'm sorry, but I hate it. It isn't cool. It isn't social. There are other ways to make yourself feel cool or confident without harming yourself and the people around you.
Hey kid, you look good with that cigarette. Kinda sophisticated.
You guys know I love my dogs. There's very little that I would not.
Okay, another advertisement. We need to skip it. I really need to purchase some kind of premium because although this is not YouTube advertisement, but yeah.
And to wrap all of this up, while I was researching this whole topic, I found this next video, and I gotta say, this might be the cure to my generation smoking cigarettes.
I only smoke cigarettes because I think it makes me look cool. Okay. Ever tried just eating an apple? I don't care. There is something so like rebellious and juvenile about eating an apple like an asshole. Like this little like slack wrist.
Like literally imagine a gangster entering, everyone's there's like smoke all around him and he's just sitting there and there was this apple. Like, yeah, this would look so cool. Literally, I think I should create something similar, but it depends where I should put it.
Slack wrist. I think if you took any picture of like Bob Dylan smoking a cigarette and replaced it with an apple, same exact vibe. I feel cool. I feel cool.
I promise you all, you do not need cigarettes to rely on being cool when you have literally anything else. It's an accessory, and sorry, but for most of my generation, I think that it's probably a crutch. Somebody commented and said, am I supposed to eat an apple at the club? I'm in, yes. Another person said, eating an apple in public is so cool. You're so right. Oh my God. Somebody else said, low-key might switch. Like, this is like me showing up to parties in college with snacks because I wanted to have something to do with my hands that wasn't just drinking and dancing awkwardly. I never brought an apple, but maybe I should have. I usually brought baguettes. Anyway, guys, smoking is not a trend that we need to bring back or rebrand. Do not give the tobacco industry this win. And that's really what you're doing. This is an unhealthy habit and we should continue to leave it in the past.
This is the end of the video, so I think we can conclude here. You know what we should bring back? Gym, books, coffee shops, and offline events, because so many online so many events that have now been transformed and they're now actually happening online that used to be, you know, in real life you could speak with people, that it's hurting us. So lesson of the reaction, because there's wait, let me sit better. Okay, yeah, middle. Lesson of the reaction. People, you don't need a cigarette. Genuinely, you don't need a cigarette. My tip for you, if you ever consider going out and smoking, first of all, think why you're doing it. And second down, I want you to really sit down, grab a piece of paper, a pen. This is what you should have at the house, a pen. Grab a notebook if you want. Notebook. Yeah, notebook does sound correct. Grab a notebook if you want. Sit down and write some solutions. Start with the easiest. Start with like 5 solutions why you shouldn't do it. And trust me, you won't be thinking about it anymore. This was Zeno77 giving you tips on what to do and what not to do, and reacting to one of the Brad Cooper videos. I will see you in my other reactions. Thank you for the likes sent. Now that was for the audience that is going to watch us on YouTube on replay. But for you who are staying on the stream, as I promised, we're diving into the second video. And the second video, what do I have here? All right, the second video about girl bosses.
If you don't know how to make chords, this is it.
Give me a second. I'll just like skip the advertisement for you, so you don't need to watch it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's actually from her, from a nice studio. This should be a nice reaction. Boom. And so here we are. We're reacting to yet another Brad Cooper video because this stream is dedicated to her. You on my YouTube channel love it, and if you try to reject it, just check the stats of the most popular videos. The most popular video specifically. What can I say? Let's start this reaction, and as usually, we start it by making the YouTube intro. So, the girl bought. Oh my God! How do I end up crewing the intro yet again? The girl bosses are waking up. Another reaction of a video by Brad Cooper. As you can see, she's here in her new studio. Now, about the topic, as usually before we start, I discuss the topic. Genuinely, let's define what is a girl boss before I start actually talking about this, because a lot of people can describe it really differently. So I think the best thing we could do is start watching the video, and then we're going to understand if we should or we shouldn't be exaggerating in some way, so to say. Well, I mean, I don't care. Okay, let's just begin the reaction then. Less talk, more action. More watching, then commenting.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brad Cooper. So we have done many episodes, many over the last 2 years about the pitfalls of feminism, and recently we have talked
like before, yes.
Many episodes, many over the last 2 years about the pitfalls of feminism, and recently
If a reaction gets over 100 views, it's usually a good reaction on YouTube. Out of these 6 videos, I reacted to 2 of them. This got over 140, this got over 700. Explain me, please, somebody explain me why this channel fans just love Brad Cooper. I promise, one day I will eventually collaborate with her. Like, seriously, because this love is really, really interesting to me. It's not that I'm against you supporting her, but I just want to know why. Tell me.
Recently, we have talked about how Gen Z is making very different choices and straying from the millennial girl boss trajectory in favor of finding and being in their soft girl era.
Get it, girl.
They're avoiding the grind at all costs. We did an episode about that when I was back in Hungary. We can link it below in case you're interested. But we haven't
Over 700.
really discussed what's going to happen to these millennial girl bosses or how they got there in the first place, and that's what we're going to do today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section upload. So in general,
Same for you who is watching Xeno77. I can see there are people on the stream watching it right now from YouTube, so please subscribe. And also those who are watching this in replay. We really will appreciate this because our next milestone is 50 subscribers. So don't hesitate, just click the button.
general, a lot of women have started to wake up, and they are realizing that what third-wave feminism fed them and promised them isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, I cannot tell you how many videos come across my TikTok page, my X feed, all of it, that are just like this.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm gonna take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss bitch.
Obviously.
I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bullshit. And I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on trying to get after the bag and all this. Yo, what? I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything.
Music.
My values, my perspectives, what I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family. I feel like social media or just everything around us, society.
You're 31. It makes you 20 while social media wasn't even a real thing. Like, obviously it was already there, but if you're going to actually try to convince me that Instagram in 2012 was an actual thing, you're gonna need to find someone else, because I've been really sitting on it for a long time now. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, just like pick the right words. You're trying to deliver a good message, just like don't make sure that there's not going to be someone who's going to be able to like find this argument and take away from the main message you're trying to deliver.
Society in general wants to push that the woman is the future. No, the family is the future.
Yes, holy thank God. You know, I'm sorry that I interrupted too much this reaction, but I also don't like when people when especially these women who are getting out, so to say, of their girl boss status, and they're going out and saying, yeah, we were so wrong, you know, women are not that actually good, we're actually super bad, and they're just, like, starting to shit on themselves. Like, I don't know how people often don't understand it, but in order to achieve something big, you need a team. And in order to create life, to continue the next generation, so to say, which is a win, because, you know, if you're alive, you can do something. And so you should start from there. You need men and women. So I agree with her. Family is the future. Family is the only thing that could save us every generation. No matter how good the generation lives, no matter how bad the generation lives, the only hope that we actually have is in family, because it continues the basically population, which gives us more chances every single day. Thank you, woman. Like, I don't know you, but really thank you for that comment.
So good. I love that video. I reacted to it in another episode. I think we might have even done it as a short, but I wanted to bring it back a third time because it is so good. Because she's not just reading some script and saying, you know, I'm angry because I did this and I want a husband now or whatever. Like, you're watching this video and in real time, she's trying to figure out, what did she spend all of these years focusing on? I think that might be my favorite part of the video, is her just going like, I don't even know what I was doing. Like, I was lied to and I fell for it. I have no idea what I was actually focusing on because it doesn't really matter. And so many women around her age are reevaluating their lives, reevaluating what the hell they were focused on for the last 10 or 15 years, and are realizing that they probably want to change everything. And to me, it's heartbreaking because these women, they really were lied to. The feminist marketing machine of the last 30 years was insane, and not leaning into it, that's a Sheryl Sandberg joke,
I am a woman,
was considered the weird and non-traditional path. If you didn't do that, you were considered the black sheep. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to my mom about this and how her choosing to stop her career, to stay home and raise my brothers before she had me, was considered absolutely crazy. And people would look at her and go, you know, Diane, you were so smart. Like, you had all of these things going for you. You were working in publishing. You were working in real estate. Why would you do this? And she was like, well, this is what makes me happy. They could not wrap their head
Hallo, mein lieber Freund. Ich suche nach einem Traumkunden. Wirklich, nach einem Traumkunden.
around it.
Yeah, really a US thing. Like, genuinely a US thing. You cannot find this in Eastern Europe. Like, I've maybe it got popular among some of the recent generation, but trust me, it's not really a hyped thing. So yeah, come to Eastern Europe, people. Such a nice place. Specifically Ukraine. Not now, but yeah, Eastern Europe is good.
She was considered odd. She was made fun of. She was mocked. In her 30s, as an adult woman, she was mocked for making this choice and prioritizing her family and her children. But now, these millennial women who did not choose the other path, you know, they chose to do the normal thing that was given to them. As they inch closer to middle age, they hit their 30s, they're taking a good long look at their lives, and many do not like what they see. In the comments of that video, one person said the 30s will do that. It's like a switch gets flipped. Family over everything. But the sad thing is, that used to just be the norm. From the beginning, from your childhood, family was everything. That is where you put your priorities. Now it's
I think also, now that it's actually the first time that I thought about it, so I'm going to try to formulate it. One of the reasons a lot of the people, when they grow up, they realize that they always, like, so to say, they want a family, or they always wanted a family, is because when they die eventually, or are closer, you know, a single person will eventually die thinking that this is the end, right? And for a person who has a family, who has children, perhaps grandchildren, well, they don't technically die. Like, yeah, they as a person die, but the legacy is still there. You know, I don't want to materialize, but their product, so to say, is still alive and is still pushing the message, you know, delivering the fast, like the bloodline is still hitting. And in these, like, their last moments, maybe, again, I don't know, it's just the first thing that for the first time it came to my head, that's like the real reason why a lot of the people want this family, because it really does prolong your stay on earth. Yeah, I should publish this. You should publish this on X, definitely.
It's like you have to mature and age into realizing that that is what is most important,
Maybe
which
after
is very
the
sad.
video.
Another person said, this is how we will heal our society. Glad to see more women waking up. Another girl said, I'm glad I'm realizing this at 26. I think she's meaning to say I still have a lot of time. Hopefully God puts that good man in my path. Another woman said, yes, I blame Beyonce. Independent woman song, the programming started in high school. I mean, that could be just a whole other episode and going through all the cultural icons and the entertainment that furthered this idea. That women
I mean, to be fair, I don't know really the message of Beyonce. Maybe she did deliver some, so to say, feminist message, like not actual feminist messages, but she was a singer. To be fair, singers aren't necessarily those who push it, you know, celebrities in general, because there were celebrities even in the 1960s, Yet, nobody would call Marilyn Monroe a girl boss, so to say. But she was a celebrity. She was famous. She was successful and rich. But she was never a girl boss. Like she was a woman, like casually. I don't know. You named them: Whitney Houston, Bonnie Tyler. Those are the singers that I just remembered. It's exact same story, maybe with less hype, but the general idea was the same. Play video, play.
Women do not need anything or anyone except their career and themselves to be happy. Just filling your life with plant babies and fur babies will not suffice. That doesn't mean that I don't love my dogs, though. And because you love your dogs, you get free advertisement, and I don't get paid for it, so I skip it. Common sense, my friend. Now, around the same time that I saw that TikTok back in December, I was sent this story. 38-year-old woman decides that she wants a baby and claims that she has been betrayed by feminism. And on Twitter, this got 8.8 million views. And the comment...
Wait, I have a question. Like, I haven't seen the video, and I'm not going to really bother looking for it right now. But what do they mean by betrayed by feminism? I genuinely, I'm trying to understand what way did feminism betray them? That they said they're gonna feel happy? Like, can someone please explain to me this, brother? I'm not sitting here trying to defend feminism. I'm not sitting there trying to defend the movement that is now called feminism, because I differentiate these two ideas. But what I'm trying to understand is, the screams are always too loud, no matter which side you're on. Let's keep the voice down and kind of try to talk about it.
Were lit up. So this article is about a woman who did a video for Fox. That's what the screen grabs are from. And she got very vulnerable about her life and her choices and all of it. But she was brought on to Fox because of an open letter that she wrote for Business Insider earlier in the fall. And I cannot believe I did not see this until last month because it is so good. And her open letter is entitled, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized that I want a child. I am terrified that I've missed my opportunity." And I'm going to read you some snippets, but I highly recommend you go read the whole thing. It's free. It's an easy read. Now, basically, this woman, she got married young, and then she decided that she did not want to be a wife or mother. And she began to resent the man she married for wanting a stay-at-home wife when that is what she had actually agreed to when they got married. She fell into the feminist trap. She followed society's lead. She rejected all of that, and they got divorced. And she spent years and years alone, focusing on herself, chasing her career, and dating people who also did not want to get married and also did not want to have children. And then she turned 38, and she took a good long look at her life. "I told my friends and family that I'd never get married again. I needed independence, a fulfilling career, and space to chart my own course. And I didn't think marriage fit into that vision. I was content to look towards a future without a husband, children, or the trappings of a traditional life." But then, after a bad breakup and her 38th birthday, she said that she...
What? I'm trying to always understand, like, a woman that is trying to say I want to focus on my career doesn't tell me anything. Again, a woman who, I don't know, will tell you that, yeah, I want to become a singer, or I don't know, a dancer, or I don't know, a physicist, a politician. I want to save the climate. That speaks something, because that is an ambitious person. A woman who's just claiming that focus on career. What is your career? What is your end goal of the career? Like, what is the plan? You can't just, I want a plan. No. What do you want? What is, be more specific? And that is how you can actually differentiate someone who is really aiming for someone and someone who's just repeating a message.
She began to feel an incredible urgency to find the relationship and stability to see me through the second half of my life. To my amazement, I began seriously thinking about marriage and children. I hardly recognized myself. And this next part is so important. I also began to feel selfish for spending so much time focusing solely on myself. I went from proudly proclaiming that I was too self-centered to be bothered with a family to realizing there was more to life than independence and the pleasures of living for oneself. My very existence started to feel shallow and hollow. That last paragraph is so good. And I love that she really said the quiet part out loud here about feminism telling women that they need to be self-centered and that level of selfishness is healthy and needed, when really, They're just glamorizing narcissism. And I guarantee you have never seen a truly happy or fulfilled narcissist, so it's never going to work out. I mean, society has told women that nothing matters except themselves, that they don't need anyone else, that they shouldn't want anyone else. In fact, wanting a partner, specifically a male partner, is just indoctrination from the patriarchy. And so you need to completely reject that. But we are social creatures. We rely on community and partnership. We were biologically designed to need and want a better half for protection, for procreation, for community. And it's not a
Brad, you're talking about biology. No way. We're in 2024 where all people, not only people. What do you mean biology? It is what you think. Who cares about facts? She's trying to bring up facts. Pathetic.
oppressive or backwards or wrong to acknowledge that or crave it because, once again, it is natural. And it certainly doesn't mean that you lose your independence or your autonomy or your individuality. Like, in fact, I'd argue that the right partner strengthens all of that with their love and their encouragement and the stability that they offer you so that you can go off and...
No, but if we're talking serious, think of a relationship, so to say, a family, a society, as a business. If you have if you are doing it on your own, you are really luckily going to get far sometimes, but eventually there is a limit to what you can do because you only have 24 hours a day. You only have two hands. You need time to sleep, time to eat, all that recovery process. And now imagine that you're building a business with a partner and you both add up to the problems you all have. Moreover, afterwards, you hire staff because you only have 24 hours and all of a sudden your responsibilities, they grow. Yeah, today you were okay by even writing the local blog. Now all of a sudden you need to meet the vice president. Like, you need someone who's going to still take care of the blog because people need to read it, but you also have like more important stuff to do. And yes, maybe sometimes people are not only going to see the company in yourself. They're going to see the partner, so to say, the husband. They're going to see the staff, which is children. But you get the point, right? They're gonna see it all. Yes, you're not going to be like the only one hero who built it all, but trust me, the business is going to be bigger, and what is more important, more successful. Give yourself 30 seconds to process this thought. I'm not going to even watch. Like, I'm giving you 30 seconds to really think about it. I'm just going to be quiet for a moment. Think. There's so little that all of us can do on our own. Why not team up? Now that we thought about this, let's finish the video.
And do good things, knowing that you can come home to this person. And I love that she discovered this, even if it's later on. And at the end, she wrote, if I sound
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention. Get more
desperate, it's because I honestly do feel a little desperate. At my age, I know that creating a life may not be an option for me, and I worry that men who want a family aren't looking for a woman pushing 40. I get it. I'm no longer the ideal candidate for motherhood, and it's a scary truth. But I still hope to find somebody who thinks that I'm the ideal partner and create our family together. It makes me want to cry because there's so many women in the same boat as her. My heart goes out to her, and I genuinely hope that she finds somebody, and I know that it's possible. Don't listen to what people on Twitter are saying. And on that note, Brandon Tatum's wife, Corinne, talks about this a lot on podcasts on her Instagram, and I adore her. I think she's fantastic. But I don't think that...
Wait. Okay, yeah. I think she's white. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just couldn't understand the skin of the child. Wasn't sure who the dad was.
talks about this a lot on podcasts on her Instagram, and I adore her. I think she's fantastic. But I don't think that they met until she was 38 years old, and they had their son soon after. And they are an incredible, incredible power couple. They have a fantastic relationship. They run their business together. I mean, they are wonderful. Their son is adorable. They are so happy. It is not
business. I'm like everyone. I'm telling you, she did it unintentionally, but it's the right word to pick it. Like just think about it again. Think.
Not too late for this woman or any of the women out there. Just the fact that they are waking up is huge. And speaking of that, as so many of these millennial women are coming out of the girl boss brain fog, I think we need to reevaluate how society is going to treat them. Because the typical right wing and now red pill bro response is to make fun of these women.
No, Brad, come on. Don't put red wing. Oh, red wing. Can see it's late already. Don't put right wing and red pill in one society, please. Like, again, I think that as every good idea evolves, it is going to eventually find its own lunatics that are going to take it too far. And unfortunately, this is what happened with liberals. This is what happened with the left wing. This was what happened with the right wing. This is what happened with the red pill. And if I would give you a suggestion, people over there, just create your own movement eventually. Even if someone is going to take it to the fanatism way, at least it's not going to be you. It's going to be someone else in the future. And there will always be cold-headed people who could actually think and process and understand the real basis and ideas of a movement.
To throw their choices in their faces and tell them that they've hit the wall because they're above 30 years old. That does nothing to encourage them or welcome them or make young women feel confident or supported by our side of the aisle. It truly does more harm than good. And yes, these ex-girl bosses did make choices and they are facing the consequences, but they're taking responsibility and they shouldn't be shamed for that. And we can't ignore the fact that they didn't make these choices alone. This is what our culture told them to do. They were doing what they believed to be the right thing. Brittany Martinez, who is the editor-in-chief of Evie Magazine.
Yeah, but you still pick what to be influenced by. It's not that everyone all of a sudden became a zombie and etc. There were still women who did not fall for this trap. I mean, I get what what Brad Cooper is trying to say, but again, I'm always somewhere in the middle. I cannot take any sides. That's why whenever someone asks me if I'm red pill, blue pill, left wing, right wing, I say I'm on my own wave. Like I hit somewhere in the middle because I try to take the best ideas and combine them into one simple and actually really good idea. Because they all have their own flaws. Like, for example, right now that we're talking, on one hand, I can agree with her. On the other, she's still not completely right. It again depends from which perspective you're talking. It's like a common joke that I think my father tells me that lawyers have, for example, when they get approached and they get asked who is right and who's wrong, they ask a follow-up question. Well, who's the client? It's really here. Who's the client? A lot of the times. In this video, those girls are the clients. So Brad is, so to say, their good advocate. I'm just going to be, the audience. I'm like this audience that comes to watch the cases, like in the United States courtrooms. That's somewhere. Or the judge. No, actually not. Screw those audience. I'm going to be the judge. I'm going to listen to both sides, and I'm going to pull the verdict. Yeah, being the judge is the best decision.
Magazine wrote a great tweet about this recently, and I want to kind of end this episode with this. She said, what people don't seem to realize is that a lot of the people in this millennial generation either came from broken homes where marriage was not modeled well for them, or were told by their parents that they had time or to focus on their careers before settling down. They didn't have people encouraging them to get married and find love young while their hormones were conflicting them. The women grew up with the be a girl boss messaging throughout the media because that was the cool thing to do. Not saying that you can't have a career, but now these women are turning 30 and lost. They're told now that they're worthless when they thought they were doing the right thing all these years by getting their PhD or whatnot. We will have a generation of unhappy people, and we will especially see it in the millennial generation, unfortunately. But it's
Don't insult people with PhDs. Come on. You could have picked a better term. Who is Brittany Martinez, by the way? Let me quickly Google. Because, again, I know so many. Actually, most of the women that get the PhD that I know are married. I'm telling you, like, even at my university, I'm thinking about it. Like the professors with the PhD, and they're like not, they're hitting their 30s probably around there, and it- they are both married. I like remember the two of them. Brittany Martinez, some kind of model. Okay. No search of it.
It's not helping anyone to tell women once they've hit 30 that they're doomed if they're single. Is it easier?
Wait a second. Is she married? Oh yeah, she has someone. Okay.
To find love younger? Yes. Do others find love later in life? Also yes. If women want to help the next generation not be in this predicament, they can show the world how beautiful it is to love and be loved. Make marriage look sexy over being single in an epic high-rise in Manhattan. Granted, marriage isn't for everyone, but it is beautiful and I highly recommend it. I just see no point in laughing at others' misery. You can't turn back time, but you can always make the most of your future. People, specifically women, taking account of their life, their values, what they want, and trying to make a change isn't something we should laugh at. Our society needs good women. We need good mothers, we need good families, and we certainly need more children, if you've been listening to Elon Musk. Now is not the time to mock and point fingers just so you can say, I told you so. Well,
yeah, that's the end of the video, and lesson of this video, of this reaction, will be very simple. You can screw up in the past, obviously. All of us do, in different ways. But does it really matter? Like, if you made a stupid decision yesterday, does it really matter what you do today or tomorrow? Yes, it's going to affect maybe in some way. You're going to be remembering it, but you can't change it. So why bother about it? You know, if you had a plan for the day and you plan to wake up at 7 a.m. and you woke at noon, well, yes, you missed 5 hours, but you still have 12 or more, depending when you go to bed. You still have time to do stuff. So why not using it correctly? So the moral of the story is this: it is never late to do something. Literally never. Because as we talked, I think we actually, yeah, we talked about it in this video. If you're alive, if there's still life, then there's always hope. And you can do really anything you want. The choices are yours. Now, I still don't understand why I can't form this camera correctly, but this was our stream today. I thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. We've streamed for 1 hour, and I need to go to bed because we need to continue the 7 a.m. self-accountability challenge to hit yet a new record. So, to finish this video, I will gladly ask you, if you like the reaction, if you're watching this on stream or if you're watching this on replay, wherever you're watching it, please show me that by hitting the like button or sending a nice comment in the comment section. You can write down a bad comment, and moreover, I do read bad comments. Like, not bad comments, but if you, like, I hope that if you write a comment, you're not only interested in me doing a good job, but interested in yourself to try and enjoy better content. So yeah, encourage me as well and tell me what I should fix, because I will be fixing it. I will listen to it. I will read it. It may sometimes fail, but as we said before, it is never late to try. Hope never dies. Someone just says that hope dies last. No. It never dies. Guys, this was Xeno77 giving you yet another Brad Cooper stream, first stream of 2024 with her. And I was thinking about going out live on Saturday. I'm not sure yet, depending how my plans will go on. But if we do go, then I'll see you live on Saturday, because I don't think there's going to be a video on Friday. And if I don't go live, then there will be a stream next Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday there will be one, definitely. And I think there's going to be a reaction from the previous streams dropped in the YouTube, but on YouTube. And also, if you didn't listen to the Oppenheimer song, please go and listen to it and genuinely share your thoughts about it. Yes, not gonna keep you here much longer, and talk to you very, very soon. Have a nice day or night. Bye bye.